Yeah, there are a lot of really disappointed fans here in Montreal tonight. We were at a viewing party that was set up by the city, and people had come out tonight with a tremendous amount of excitement and hope that the Habs would be able to turn things around for this series. But now, of course, they are down 3 games.
The Habs didn't lose this game at the end. They lost it right in the middle. One bad stretch, one collapse, and it keeps happening almost every night.
Against our standards, and I thought we played with some pretty high standards today, and again, saying that, it doesn't guarantee a victory. It doesn't mean it's perfect, but I felt our intentions were there. We were organized in our 5-on-5 play, and it was a good game. I thought we stayed patient.
The Montreal Canadiens have a real problem right now, and it isn't just bad luck or one mistake. The team keeps falling apart in the middle of games, and it is costing them points, confidence, and momentum. They start strong, they look sharp, they skate well, but once the game hits the middle part, everything changes. The speed drops, the passes get messy, the other team takes control, and suddenly the Habs look like a totally different team. You can see it when you watch them. In the first period, they compete hard, they move their feet, they win battles, but in the middle of the game, the Habs get stuck in their zone. They can't clear the puck, they lose coverage, they stop pushing back, opponents start taking more shots, more space, and more confidence. One mistake becomes 2, 2 mistakes become 3, and the game slips away fast. This hits the goalies first. Sam Montembeault and Caden Primo face the worst part of the collapse. They get more shots coming at them all at once, more screens, more open players, more dangerous chances. When the defense breaks down, the goalies have to fight off everything by themselves. Sometimes they make big saves. Sometimes the puck still finds a way through. No goalie can survive a collapse when the team in front of them is falling apart. Then it hits the defense. When the team's energy drops, the defense has to cover more ground and fix more mistakes. Opposing players skate in wide open. Passing lanes stay open too long. The Habs chase the puck instead of controlling it. This is where most of the dangerous chances come from. Coaching becomes a big part of it as well. Martin St. Louis tries different lines, different matchups, and different ideas. But when the same type of collapse happens over and over, fans start asking questions: why no timeout? Why the same system? Why does the team look the same every night when the pressure rises? Sometimes the fixes come too late, and by then, the other team already has full control of the game. There are a few big reasons this collapse keeps happening. The first is losing battles. When the Habs stop winning puck battles in the middle of the game, they lose momentum. Once they lose momentum, they spend too much time defending and not enough time attacking. The second reason is broken coverage. Sometimes 2 Habs chase 1 player. Sometimes nobody picks up the open man. Sometimes players are standing still instead of skating. With every missed assignment, the ice opens up for the other team. The power play struggles also hurt them. When the Habs get chances to score and they don't take them, the other team gets a boost. Missed shots, bad passing, slow setups, all of that kills momentum. When you don't score on your chances, the game flips fast. Fans are noticing it everywhere. They say things like, they fall apart in the middle every game, and why does the team stop skating, and what happened to the defense? Fans care. Fans watch closely, and they see the same thing happening night after night. But the good news is, the Habs can fix this. They need tighter defense, they need smarter puck choices, they need faster changes from the coaches, they need more communication on the ice, and most of all, they need confidence. One strong game can rebuild a lot of belief. If the team can stay focused, keep skating, and keep their structure strong, these collapses can stop. The Habs have talent. They have heart. They just need to keep playing the same way for the whole game, not just the start. So yes, the Montreal Canadiens really do have a mid-game collapse problem. It's hurting them right now, and everyone can see it. But it can be fixed if the team finds the right mindset and the right push at the right time. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think is the biggest cause of the Habs mid-game collapse? Is it the defense, the goalies, the coaching, or the confidence? Let me know in the comments. Martin St. Louis made a shocking announcement to the Montreal Canadiens on November 8, 2025. The goaltending controversy exploded 24 hours earlier when Jakub Dobes cried after losing. His veteran Samuel Montembeault ranked second worst in the NHL statistically. St. Louis canceled practice immediately. He called Dobes into his office. The decision he revealed would alter everything. Dobes stopped 24 of 28 shots in the 4-3 overtime defeat. His record dropped to 6-0-1. The loss came when Jesper brat scored 93 seconds into overtime with a backhand shot through the 5-hole. Dobes took full responsibility for the team's first overtime loss of the season. "We played good enough to win, just not good enough from my side," Dobes told reporters after the game. "I don't know, just really hard. This is a tough one. Just sucks. It happened last year, it happened this year. Lose to those guys in OT. So just disappointed in myself, that's pretty much it." The emotional display shocked media members present. NHL.com reporter Mike Montreal witnessed the scene firsthand. "Don't know if I've ever seen this before, but MTL rookie goalie Jacob Dobes, who entered this game 6-0-0, was literally in tears, blaming himself for the Canadiens' loss." Montreal posted on social media. "We, the media, tried to console him, telling him to keep his head up. Kid is putting so much pressure on himself." Martin St. Louis addressed the situation during his press conference. "Everybody handles situations differently, and he took it hard," St. Louis said. "It's probably a big reason why he's at this level. He's probably demanding of himself. We'll talk to Dobes. He's played really well for us." Teammates rushed to defend their goaltender. Defenseman Noah Dobson spoke with reporters after the game. Dobson said, "But it just shows the character and passion in this room. Everyone holds themselves to a high standard and wants to do what they can to help the team win. But we know in the room he's been a backbone for us this year, so there's no need for him to do that and put it on himself." This situation placed St. Louis in a difficult position regarding his goaltending rotation. Samuel Montembeault, the presumed starting goaltender, has struggled severely this season. The 28-year-old carries a 2-3 record with a 3.82 goals against average and .842 save percentage through 5 games. St. Louis maintained confidence in his struggling veteran. "If you ask me if I'm worried, no, I'm not worried," St. Louis said. The coach continued defending Montembeault's abilities. "I didn't have a single idea in mind. We have 2 good goaltenders," St. Louis added. "Dobes is definitely having a good streak, but Monty is going to have streaks like that too. We're well equipped in front of the net." Dobes maintains elite statistics despite his first loss. He ranks 3rd in the NHL with a 2.25 goals against average. His .920 save percentage places him 4th among all goaltenders. The Czech netminder has started 6 of Montreal's last 8 games. Montembeault acknowledged his struggles publicly. "I know what I can do, and I've worked a lot the last 4 years to grow my game," Montembeault said. "Obviously not the best start so far, but we're going to keep working to get to where we were at." The goaltender revealed technical adjustments he's making. "I felt like during games I was shrinking a lot when guys were shooting or when I was trying to find pucks through screen," Montembeault explained. "I actually looked at myself in the glass the last practice, putting my blocker and my glove more outside and try to be more patient." Montreal sits first in the Atlantic Division with a 9-3-2 record. The Canadiens host the Utah Mammoth on November 8th. St. Louis must choose between the emotional rookie seeking redemption and the veteran fighting to regain his form.
Do we get it perfect? Not necessarily, because sometimes you want matchup, you want the right flow for your players as well. So sometimes you're caught in between and you're trying to make a quick decision on the spot, and you're going to make mistakes at times.
Martin St. Louis just sent shockwaves through the Montreal Canadiens. With one decision, the coach ended weeks of speculation about who controls the net. The announcement dropped like a live wire. Quick, clear, and final. The goalie order is no longer a secret, and the impact of this choice is already echoing across the NHL. St. Louis confirmed that Jakub Dobes would start in goal. The young Czech goalie entered the matchup undefeated, with 5 straight wins and a save rate near .940. His calm play and low goals against numbers have been key in early victory. Across the rink, veteran Samuel Montembeault carried a losing record and had allowed more than 3 goals per game. The numbers told a clear story, and the coach acted on it. The decision marked a shift in Montreal's net. Dobes had only joined the NHL the previous season, debuting with a 34-save shutout against the defending champion. Few goalies in team history had opened their careers that way. He followed that game with another strong performance against Colorado, building confidence each start. The team's staff and reporters began asking whether a true competition was forming between the 2 goalies. Montembeault, 28, has been Montreal's regular starter since last year. He played more than 60 games and kept his save percentage near .900. His experience made him the safe choice, but the team's recent struggles led to review. St. Louis said the team would rely on the goalie who gives them the best chance to win. He described both as good options, but added added that internal competition was important for progress. Analysts described the move as the coach riding the hot hand. It wasn't a full change of starter, but it placed Dobeš in the spotlight. Reporters noted that it showed faith in youth and performance rather than seniority. Fans online reacted instantly. Some agreed that the rookie earned it. Others believed Montembeault deserved another chance to reset. Earlier in the year, the Canadiens extended Dobeš on a short contract worth just under $2 million, suggesting confidence in his development. That deal now looks timely. Management is monitoring both goalies closely as the team adjusts through its early season schedule. For Montreal, the announcement turned a routine rotation into a headline. St. Louis didn't raise his voice or use big words. He just confirmed who would stand in the crease, and that single choice shook the team's entire goaltending picture. After the announcement, the Canadiens camp grew tense. Inside the team, the message was clear. Performance now decides who gets the net. There are no long guarantees. St. Louis said the team must choose the goalie who gives the best chance to win right now. His words showed that results, not rank, will decide every start. Jakub Dobeš has created strong momentum. The rookie was drafted late, but rose quickly through the team's system. In his first NHL season, he recorded one of the best starts for any Montreal goalie in the last decade. His shutout in his debut made headlines across sports outlets. Reporters noted that only 3 goalies in Canadiens history had opened their career that way. Since then, Dobeš has been steady, showing consistency in games at home and away. Montembeault, on the other hand, has faced more challenges. He began the year with a high goals against average and admitted that his timing and positioning needed adjustment. He told reporters, "It's just getting back to the basics, breathe and stay in the moment, and then just play my game." St. Louis responded by saying, "I'm not worried that Sam is going to stop puck. The way Dobeš is playing buys a little time for him to work on his thing." The organization has also made moves that show Dobeš is part of its future. His new contract runs for 2 years and pays just under $2 million. For a developing goalie, that is an early vote of confidence. Meanwhile, Montembeault remains under a longer deal, but now faces higher competition for start. Team insiders reported that players have supported both goalies. During practice, teammates said the energy between Dobeš and Montembeault remains professional. There is no public sign of tension. Still, reporters say the locker room feels the change. Every player knows that goalie confidence can shift the tone of an entire season. When St. Louis stood before the microphones, he didn't frame the move as bold. He called it consistent with the plan. Yet, for many around the team, it was the kind of plan that changes the story. The Canadiens now have a young goalie who's winning, a veteran who's adjusting, and a coach who refuses to settle for past records. The decision that began with one quiet statement has turned the Montreal crease into the most watched spot on the team.
Face off of the offensive zone for the Hawks. There's a shot there. Oh, he scores a hat-trick goal for Connor Bedard. And here come the Hats.
Connor Bedard didn't just play his best game, he dismantled expectation. Every shot carried precision, every shift felt charged, and his third goal silenced any remaining doubt. But behind that celebration, whispers began around the NHL, and what insiders noticed after the final horn has left everyone waiting for answers.
Ottawa, Doc scores! Banks it in off Walmart. On the rebound on a delayed call, Colton Doc makes it 1-0 Hawks.
The Blackhawks struck early inside the United Center in Chicago. At 6:47 of the first period, Colton Doc picked up a rebound off a Louis Crevier drive and scored from the left faceoff circle. According to NHL.com, the puck came off the right point and Doc hammered it home for the 1-0 lead.
Bedard scores! Might have been tipped. Crevier with the shot off the boards. Hawks make it 2-0.
Less than 7 minutes later, at 12:06, Crevier himself made it 2-0. He retrieved the puck outside the right circle and fired a one-timer which deflected off Ottawa defenseman Nicholas Matinpalo and into the net.
And it's 3-0 Hawks.
Who's got a good feel to his game, but it's a face-off win by Frank Nazar. That's the key. Then you go D to the winger to the...
Then Bedard got rolling. At 17:53 of the first period, Bedard scored on the power play. He took a pass from Andrei Burakovsky, fired a wrist shot from the right circle past Linus Ullmark for the 3-0 lead. Into the second period, Bedard struck again. At 2:58, he carried the puck into the zone, used a toe drag move, and snapped a high slot wrist shot past past Ullmark, making it 4-0. The Senators mounted a brief rally. Jake Sanderson scored at 4:58 when a 55-foot slap shot caromed off the end boards, and Spencer Knight's left elbow before going in. Michael Amadio scored at 7:09 when he skated from behind the net and lifted the puck overnight. Then at 8:31, Tim Stützle trimmed the lead to 4-3 with a wrist shot from the right circle on a 2-on-1 rush. But in the third period at 3:46, Bedard completed his hat trick. After a face-off win by Ryan Green, the puck came to Bedard in the left circle and he scored with a snapshot. That made it 5-3. Shortly thereafter at 8:24, Ryan Donato scored from the slot to push it to 6-3. Finally, Frank Nazar sealed it with a shorthanded empty net goal at 12:44 for the 7-3 final. Bedard's stat line: 3 goals and 1 assist, 4 points total. His first career hat trick came in his 169th NHL game. Chicago built momentum in this game with a strong start. They scored 4 times on their first 9 shots. From a tactical viewpoint, Bedard's goals came in 3 different situations: power play, even strength, and after a face-off win, underscoring his versatility. Coach Jeff Blashill of Chicago stated, "I think Connor's had a great start to the year. He's done so many things the right way. He's defending hard. He's stopping on pucks. He's doing a lot of things that are winning hockey habits." Bedard commented after the game, "Just our whole team celebrates each other in moments like that. And the fans' reaction was awesome. We have so much support. Obviously, you want to get a Hattie anywhere, but to get one at home is nice, and to have that support is unbelievable." From a franchise historical lens, Bedard's 4-point night tied him with Jeremy Roenick for the 3rd most 4-point games by a Blackhawks player before age 21. Only Dennis Savard, 4, and Bobby Hull, 5, had more. Meanwhile, Ottawa's goalie Ullmark played in his 300th NHL game. The Blackhawks now enter a season-high 6-game road trip following this home win. This performance comes at a time when Chicago is showing signs of momentum after a difficult period. Their 3 wins in 4 games reflect an upswing. Bedard's milestone shifts the narrative. For the Blackhawks, it marks not just a strong individual outing, but a potential turning point for their offense. His ability to score at a high level before age 21 places him in elite company within the franchise's history. The Senators, despite coming into the game riding a streak, were unable to maintain their earlier form. The heavy travel and back-to-back schedule may have factored in, but Chicago's sharp start set the tone.
Suzuki. Caulfield almost stripped by Catton. Caulfield drags it. Tries to stuff it. Decord can't get it. Cole Caulfield wins it in overtime.
Cole Caulfield just dropped a bombshell on the NHL. In a single rush, he destroyed the Seattle Kraken's comeback and silenced an entire arena. But this moment was more than one goal. It showed how Montreal is changing fast. The young core is no longer learning. They're leading. With Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slavkovsky rising together, the Canadiens' future is starting to look completely different. In the matchup against Seattle, the Canadiens had the perfect start. The puck control was tight, the passes clean, and the offense sharp. Caulfield got things going early when a loose puck near the crease landed right on his stick. He didn't wait. The shot was quick, precise, and passed the goalie before anyone could react. It looked like Montreal was ready to run away with it. The pressure didn't stop there. On a power play later in the first period, Nick Suzuki worked the puck along the boards and found Caulfield waiting for a setup. Instead of firing, Caulfield threaded a perfect pass to Juraj Slavkovsky, who ripped it home. It was the kind of smart, fast read that showed how far Caulfield's game sense has developed, but Montreal's comfort didn't last. The team built a 3-0 lead before everything unraveled. Seattle stormed back, scoring 3 unanswered goals in less than 10 minutes. The Canadiens, who had looked calm and in control, were suddenly desperate. Every line change felt heavier, and the arena started to tilt in Seattle's favor. Then came overtime, short, sudden, and unforgettable. Suzuki carried the puck through the neutral zone, drew a defender, and slipped it across to Caulfield, flying down the wing. No hesitation. Caulfield's shot slid just inside the post, sealing the win. It was over before anyone realized what had happened. This was not a one-off moment. Caulfield has been doing this again and again. He already has a pattern of game-saving and game-winning goals this season. He's scored in overtime multiple times, and every time it looks just as sharp. Almost routine now. That's what makes this story so striking. Nick Suzuki's 3-assist night only added to it. His chemistry with Caulfield has become the backbone of Montreal's offense. offense. Their connection, fast and instinctive, keeps giving Montreal life in close games. Goalie Jacob Dobes backed it up again, staying undefeated on the season. Montreal's ability to fight through chaos and still win keeps them high in the standing. Caulfield's role has shifted from pure scorer to something more complete. His passes now open plays for teammates. His awareness creates chances, and his timing continues to stand out. When the team collapses, he doesn't panic. He finds a lane, a gap, or